Hey, I'm Kevin. This is YQ. Why? The Blind Tiger and the Speakeasy. It's a good one, Thomas. I've only been waiting like 3, 5, 10 years for this. What is it? It's our new line of steel silencers. These are the two 30-cal ones. So think of the Trash Panda and Thunder Chicken 10 years later, all right? So what's special about them? They're the quietest, period. They're amazing. How amazing, you ask? So the Blind Tiger, which is the size of the Trash Panda, but maybe a little lighter, is quieter than the Thunder Chicken. And the Speakeasy, which is the size of the Thunder Chicken, is quieter than the Full Nelson, which everybody knows is the quietest silencer in the history of the world for 30 cal. So we're just taking over the galaxy now. Like Earth wasn't enough. How quiet? The Speakeasy is as quiet as a Silence 22, for real. That's not even me being a smartass. They're amazing. I just used one on the 6.5 Creedmoor even, which is an oversized bore in Africa. It's the quietest thing I've ever heard for a centerfire rifle, even supersonic. Oof. And they're lightweight. Oof. This is like trying to describe the Grand Canyon to somebody. We cannot stress enough, or you're not even going to believe it, how quiet the cans are. You're just going to have to shoot them for yourself. That's what I did, and that's why it took us 10 years to develop new cans also. Because, you know, it couldn't just be lighter weight. It couldn't just be stronger. It couldn't just be quieter. It had to be all of it. And my Lord, the last year of this, delayed production, was to get the sound to where it is. And it's unbelievable. Hey, like a lot of things that we do, this started out as a military program. It started out with 8.6. That's why you saw the pork chop and the short chop delivered first. So for the military, flash is very important at night. So with titanium, you get some sparking and flash at night, which you really can't avoid very easily. So we knew these cans needed to be steel, and that started the whole development of these silencers. And it started with Ethan Lassard, who did the Honey Badger, who did 8.6 Blackout. Ethan started investigating what was the best manufacturing method to produce cans in volume with the signature reduction that we wanted, which that included flash, thermal, sound, everything. So where he landed was a deep draw process of a proprietary stainless steel that we're using. We're able to get them the volume where we need it to produce enough of them. There's a way to get steel lighter than our titanium silencers, to get the durability where we wanted it. There's a whole laundry list, all right? And it took a long time, but here we are, and we're delivering them now, and they are incredible. So go shoot one for yourself. So the flash and sparking, so for the military. That also benefits you if you shoot, like do predator hunting at night, I guess. And we achieved it through premium steel, and it's lighter than titanium silencers. That's pretty amazing. You know, it's like most of the manufacturing methods for doing titanium silencers or 3D printing silencers, you have a certain wall thickness that you need to maintain. In a deep draw stamping process, you can get the steel very thin, but it's still very strong. You know, a big problem we've had with our titanium silencers is titanium is difficult. In the process in which we manufacture the baffles, there's really a maximum that we can do every month, and we've outgrown that. So with the new steel silencers, especially the Speakeasy and the Blind Tiger, we can produce tremendous volume. So we can supply the demand, which we've never been able to do, produce the most. So yeah, Uncle Rodney, I got your DM. You can't ever find the silencers in stock. Hopefully this will help. Well, I actually hope it doesn't help. I hope that enough people are smart enough to buy these because they're so awesome and quiet that we'll still run into the same problem, just at a higher volume. Good for me, good for you. Uncle Rodney probably buys Otter Creek or Griffin anyway. Again, these things, don't be fooled by premium steel. They're ultra lightweight, super lightweight, the lightest of weights, all right? We're the ones that originally did the tubeless design. We're not resorting to 3D printing because you got to 3D print the can, and that's heavy and expensive. This is a tubeless design, laser welded to perfection. So I've said it a million times. The best silencer to me is not noticing it. So if I'm hunting and having to hike 10 miles up mountains, I want the most compact, lightest one. So you can go with the Blind Tiger. And when I'm, shooting with my kids or we're hanging out at the barbecue having some shots with subsonic ammo, I want it to be as silent as possible. And that's what we've achieved. Don't worry, I'm not retiring just because we, conquered something else. We're going to keep going. And of course, they use the quickie mount. Cherry Bomb, the flash hider version, the absolute best mount. There's a reason everyone copies it. So the quickie mount, the most compact, lightest weight, most simplistic mount there is. It's awesome. That's why everybody copies it. So lighter than an A2 flash hider is our Cherry Bomb, and it's a sacrificial blast baffle as well. 17.4 heat treated, just this simple. Takes 20% more torque to remove it than install it. So I can put it on by hand and it'll stay put even on full auto when it gets to high temperatures. And then comes right off. So that's good science, people. Also, the taper aligns the silencer. So it's always pointing in the right direction to ensure that you get the least point of impact shift and the best accuracy, because the bullet's going right down the middle of the hole. We're good. Man, that whole thing's lightweight. It feels like a toy. So here you go. Blind Tiger, Speakeasy. Compact, lightweight, quietest thing ever. Also quieter than almost everything you've ever heard. Durable nitride finish, stainless steel that feels like we built it out of helium and balsa wood. But tough as Diane Brittingham's meatloaf from when I was a kid. So Blind Tiger, compact, lightest weight. Speakeasy, maximum quiet. Subsonic. I tell you, even in the supersonic, when I was shooting that 6.5 over there, Jordan, we're both zeroing guns. We're in Africa. We're in the plains of Africa where Jordan and I belong. All right, we're hunting stuff, feeding villages. I was delivering babies. Jordan was probably creating some. But I had it on a 22-inch 6.5, and Jordan's back was to me. He was about 10 feet to the right of me. And I shot, and he turned around and said, "What is that?" I said, "It's 6.5. He's like, "That was supersonic?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "That's the quietest thing I've ever heard. What silencer is it?" I said, "It's a Speakeasy." He said, "How'd you get one?" I said, "Well, because I balled, Jordan." 30 cal, all right? You can also shoot 6.5, but 30 cal, 300 blackout, 308, 300 Win Mag, 6.5, 6 arc, 6 Creedmoor. Super durable, super strong, but lightweight. They're so good. They really are. If anyone shoots this and says it's not quiet, they're a liar. I cannot emphasize enough how impossible these are going to be to market. So you're going to have to believe me or not believe me. You're going to have to go shoot one. These are the best silencers we have ever developed. Look up my resume. I've developed some silencers before. And we're bringing them to you at an affordable price. That's another thing about the steel. The investment's really up front in the process, where titanium just costs a lot of money all the time. So yeah, not just for 300 blackout, not just for subsonic, not just for supersonic, any 30 cal and below cartridge. So just remember, Speakeasy, Blind Tiger have to be your next 30 caliber silencers, because everything else is just noise.